Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and iOS 12.1.4 has been out for a couple of days, where iOS 12.2 Beta 2 has been out for a few days now. And I'm running 12.1.4 on my 8 Plus here on the left, and 12.2 Beta 2 on my 10R. Now, a lot of you were asking what case this is, and I'll link it in the description, but this is just the Apple case. I bought it, did a video about it some time ago, and it's held up well. I use it while I'm traveling, and then I remove it when I'm home, and it's just kind of what I normally do, just to keep my phone safe while I'm on the go. And we'll talk about both of these. Now, I have used the beta a little bit more than I have used 12.1.4, but that's part of the reason I do those YouTube community polls, is to get your input on thousands of devices as opposed to just 2 devices that I can use. So let's first talk about 12.1.4. I've had one person say that it didn't re-enable group FaceTime for them. I'm not sure what that is, but you may need to turn off group FaceTime or FaceTime altogether and turn it back on in your settings. If you just scroll down to FaceTime, go into that, turn it off, turn it back on, wait for it to activate, and it should work as far as group FaceTime, assuming your device supports it. You want to make sure you're on an iPhone 6S or newer, or an SE and newer. Now, as far as the rest of the experience, there really wasn't a whole lot fixed in it. 12.1.3 had pretty terrible battery life, and 12.1.4, many of you are saying that it's quite good now, and many of you are saying that it's not so good. I've actually found that it's about average. I don't really expect more than about 5 hours of screen on time, which isn't great, but compared to 12.1.3, it's actually a little bit better. I've had no lockups. I've had it be smooth, fluid, and fast. And if you're on a Plus device, you of course can do landscape, and that's working fine as well. Now, as far as the beta, iOS 12.2 Beta 2, this has been working really well for me, and probably the number one complaint is that they changed this, or at least it's a bug, but they changed it to the charged state as opposed to the actual date, which many of you use. So if you look at the release 12.1.4, let me lock that here again, you'll see we have the date on the left like we're used to, and the charge state on the right with the beta. So they'll probably change that pretty soon. Maybe in beta 3 we'll see that go back. Everything else seems to be pretty good. Let me show you my battery life on this device. It's actually been quite good. So battery health is at 100% still, and you'll see if we go back to the last 10 days. Now, this is usually with more than 50% battery life left. These are the numbers we're getting. So probably about, this was the best I got, so probably about 9 hours of screen on time, 7 to 9 hours, depending on what you're doing. You can see here's different things I was using, FaceTime, camera, Twitter, things like that. Everything seems to be nice on this one. No lockups, no reboots, and many of you are saying you're still having issues with Wi-Fi and LTE. I actually have noticed on the 10R that LTE kind of, even though I have good signal, sometimes pages won't load in Safari and different applications. So I'll actually have to go in here, turn the airplane mode on, turn it back off, and it seems to reconnect every time. But for some reason, this is just a constant problem, and Apple really needs to fix this, and hopefully it's not a hardware problem. Now, many of you voted on the YouTube community poll. We'll take a look here. So we're at the bottom here, and you can see that someone said iOS 12.1.4 is greater than iOS 12.1.3. So that's a good sign. Someone said no problem on 10R, fixed my Wi-Fi drop somehow, so that's great. There was a modem number change for some people with the beta, so maybe you're on that one and it's working better, I'm not sure. I've seen this post a couple times, look at the build number, and I'd love to know what you mean by that. I show the build number in every video I do, actually. Let's see, I rarely use FaceTime, so I skipped 12.1.4. I wouldn't skip it. It's actually a vulnerability, so I would install it either way. And some people are saying it's better, such as it's been great for me on my iPhone 6. Let's see, Android is running well also, okay. And let's see, 5S, I'm on iOS 12.2 Beta 2, running well, fast, performs well, looking forward to 12.2. Battery life is bad, has some hiccups while scrolling on the iPhone 10. So that's not so good. Let's look at a few others. Now there's hundreds, so I can't go through all of them. Great on my iPhone 10. I'm on iOS 12.1.1 waiting for the rootless jailbreak on the XS Max. That's a reason to stay on the older updates. If you are into that, you want to actually stay on the previous ones, and it looks like there's going to be some sort of software jailbreak soon. I haven't really noticed any difference on my 8 Plus. Hopefully battery is improved at some point. Still doesn't feel like it when I got it last month. I haven't noticed any speed change. Beta 2, battery drained. 10s Max, iOS 12.1.3 fixed my LTE problem. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's good, awesome on my iPhone XS Max, running smooth. Let's see a few more here. I'm not really sure whether to update or not on my XS Max. I'm worried that it may cause the battery to drain more. If you're on 12.1.3, it definitely won't. It won't be any different, probably. If anything, it'll be better. 10R, nothing changed, all good. 12.1.4 iPhone 6 performance is the same as before. As of now, iOS 12.1.4 has been pretty good, but it will take another day or so to know for sure on the XS Max. Like last night, battery didn't drain too much when watching a long YouTube video on my XS Max. I feel like it's better than 12.1.3, but it will take some more time to tell. Let's check two more here. No issues on my iPhone 10. 12.2 on my iPhone 6. This update made it surprisingly fast, so that's good to know. I'm waiting for better Wi-Fi and data service. Some people are saying they're seeing that, so you may want to try it. Good battery, smooth as silk, iPhone 10. This phone is seriously underrated, folks. Horrible battery performance on my 6S after 12.1.4 update. Even in low power mode, it drains quickly. I'd say there's something in the background running. I would definitely check that, or even hard reboot the phone. And performance feels the same on the 10R. So that's it for this particular update. I didn't want to read all of them, but thanks again for contributing to the community poll. And hopefully it's running well for you. And I would expect the next beta to be early this next week here. You'll see it's Saturday now, so I would expect the next beta here, or by the time you're watching it, it's Sunday. But probably Monday or Tuesday we'll see the beta, and 12.1.4 will be the latest, unless they find a vulnerability, and then we'll move to 12.1.5. But I would expect 12.2 maybe in March, when they show whatever those new iPads probably are. That seems to be what they're going to do. If you'd like to know anything more, though, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see more videos like this, or maybe even something on this case, again, I'll link that in the description. But let me know your thoughts on it. Again, if you haven't already contributed to the poll, I still read them, so let me know your thoughts. And if you're on 12.1.4, it should work just fine for you, and of course you get that feature back. But again, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like. And of course, I'll link the wallpaper in the description, as I always do. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.